Hey friends, today I'm coming on to complete a page in my book journal. I have already completed A Court of Thorn and Roses, and I'm gonna slightly cover this up because I don't want you, if you haven't read the book, to have any spoilers. So I took some of my Distress Oxide and inked the edges of my page, added a little of the black, and then I printed out this paper here from Creative Fabrica, just kind of torn it, add a little envelope. I like adding these envelopes, and then I have my favorite quotes in here, the ratings and things, and then I use this middle part as my review of the book and things like that, and then I added some stickers in there as well. And I purchased a pack of stickers from Amazon. You got 60 pieces, and I think this was like $3.99. I will link this down in the description box below. You get a lot of good stickers. There are a lot of stickers that repeat, like a lot of stickers that say "to the stars who listen and the dreams who answer," or "dreams that answer." There are a lot of repeats of this sticker. That is my only thing, but they're different types of stickers. They just have the same sayings, but I think it's worth $3.99 for 60 stickers. Okay, so for this, I'm doing A Court of Mist and Fury, and I'm going to kind of repeat the process with each of the books where I ink the edges in the book color if I have the ink that matches. So I'm just grabbing a scrap of white cardstock to lay in between, and we are going to go ahead and ink. I don't think I have like a really good match for the blue. Maybe. I have Broken China. This is Distress ink. So I'm going to use this, and then I'm going to add a little bit of black to it as well. So I'm just going to ink up my brush, and then I just used it and kind of added a little bit here, a little bit there, blended it. Just to kind of give it a border. And I struggle a little bit using my left hand with this, and you can see some of it's darker than others, and I kind of like that look. I think that this is pretty good for the book. I think it matches pretty well. All right, now I'm going to switch and move this over here. On this side, and just continue putting that ink up at the top of the page. So I'm going to continue that around this page, and when I'll come back on and we'll add a little bit of the black. Have the blue down. I'm going to add a little bit of the black around the edges in a couple places. Because I like the kind of depth it gives of adding the two different colors. I'm just going to kind of blend some of the black in a couple places. Oh, let me switch. Bring my paper over here. Okay. So I've got my ink, and then I don't have a printed paper this time because I'm going to add some of this plain black cardstock, and then I also have the silver kind of represents the night court with the stars and it being the night court. So I'm just going to tear some of these strips. And I'm going to add them in different areas. Just like I did on A Court of Thorn and Roses. So let's grab another piece. Maybe slightly bigger. And then if I need to trim this looks like it might be a little bit not cut right, but I think that works. All right, let's add that. And then I'm going to do the same thing and repeat. And let's see. I don't think I can tear. Oh, I can. I was like, I'm not sure if I can tear this silver or not. All right, that turned out to be a tiny piece. And I'm just going to kind of layer that with the black. All right, we're just going to do a little bit. That way I have more room for stickers. And I think I want to add these like overlapping up here. But also need to make sure I have plenty of room for my title. Oh, that needed to go over a tiny bit. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can. Nope, it does not move. So we're going to make it work. We will just trim this little bit that's overhanging there. Okay, there we go. And then I have pulled a bunch of other stickers as well that I might want to use, like Don't Let the Hard Days Win. I've got the dresser. I've got our favorite Bat Boys there. So I've got a couple of these, and I'm going to definitely use a dresser. I'm going to put that in this corner here, because we realized why the dresser was painted like it was. And then I like this one, You Are No One's Subject. Let's maybe add that one here. Kind of clustering with our paper. And then we definitely have to do this one. And let's do that one up here in the corner. And then once I add my writing in here, I'll go back in and fill in with stickers. And I also need to do my title. So I'm thinking I might do, instead of the yellow, this time I think I might do gold. And I'm just using my Ohuhu brush markers. These are from Amazon. I'll have these and the stickers and my journal linked down below. I'm going to do my best to write this. We'll see how it goes. And I made that title super big, but that's okay. All right, so we have our title on there. I always like to write the author's name, even though I know who the author is. And then I'm going to grab one of my little coin envelopes from, these came from the Dollar Tree, because I like to add my quotes and book details on here. And we are going to, what I do is I just tuck this flap in. All right, apparently I'm not tucking the flap in, so I'm going to try to cut it. All right, and then I usually take like a hole punch, and this is just a 1-hole punch, and I just add a little bit of a tab there. And then I'm going to add this down, and I wish I had thought about this, adding this here, so I have more room to write, but I think I will just add this here next to the dresser. And then on here, I like to add in I put the author here, so I think I won't worry about putting the author here. So I do author, pages, genre, rating, and then I usually put my favorite characters, and then I'll write my little review and what I liked about the book, and then I'll add a little piece of paper in here. So this one is, I didn't even write the title to this. This is Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, and you can see I have my little favorite quotes. I forgot to write the title in this one, but I don't want to do any spoilers for that either in case you haven't read that book. So yeah, I'll probably go in and add, actually I think that would be cute right there. Let's add that right there, because I probably won't really be writing there. And then I'll start writing here, and then if I have room, I'll add these other stickers. All right, so now I have that, and I have read the whole series, so I need to start working on getting all my pages done for the series. That way I can start working on a new book. So thank you so much, guys, for stopping by for this little journal with me. Again, check out the description box below for those stickers, my markers, and the journal that I use, all from Amazon. All right, guys, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.